Lydia Cornell is an American actress, writer, novelist, comedienne, blogger, and talk radio host. Early life and family. Cornell was born as Lydia Cornell in El Paso, Texas, the eldest daughter of concert violinist Irma Jean Stowe, a great-granddaughter of Harriet Beecher Stowe, and Gregory Jacob Cornell, a graduate of the Los Angeles Conservatory of Music and Arts, who was later assistant concertmaster of the El Paso Symphony Orchestra. Cornell is the oldest sister of Paul Cornell, a piano prodigy who died of an overdose of narcotics, and Catherine "Kathy" Cornell, co-founder of the band Two Nice Girls, and since 1995 a sound designer and composer. While a 9-year-old fourth-grade student at Meseta Elementary School, Cornell was chosen as El Paso's Little Miss Cotton in March 1963. In 1966 Cornell and her family moved to Scarsdale, New York, where she attended both Scarsdale Junior High School and Scarsdale High School, graduating in 1971. Her classmates included Dan Biederman and Eve Ensler. About 1972 Cornell enrolled at the University of Colorado Boulder, where she eventually studied drama, English, Russian, and Spanish and anthropology. During the summer between sophomore and junior year in college, she worked at the famed recording studio Caribou Ranch in Nederland, Colorado. She met Billy Joel, Dennis Wilson, Carole King, Joni Mitchell, David Cassidy, photographer Henry Diltz. As a Caribou Ranch photographer and kitchen girl she brought food to cabins of the rock stars including the Beach Boys, America, Chicago and Billy Joel. The Ozark Mountain Daredevils gave her a credit on their album Men From Home. Before graduation, Cornell was the road manager for musician Michael Murphy. These adventures will be described in an upcoming humor book series Cornell is writing. In May 1976 Cornell graduated from UC Boulder with a Bachelor of Science in Business, with majors in both advertising and English drama. By the time of her father's death in May 1977, Cornell had joined the rest of the Cornell family, who had been living in The Hague, the Netherlands since mid-1975. Soon after her mother and siblings moved back to El Paso, Texas. By 1978 Cornell had moved to Los Angeles to pursue an acting career and had a job for 3 months at a recording studio, before being employed by Jack Webb Productions as a secretary production assistant. Still known as Lydia Cornell, Cornell worked as an assistant to the producer on the television movie Little Mo, a biography of tennis star Maureen Connolly. During production as an office girl and assistant to director George Sherman, she worked with Mark Harmon, Lana Turner, and Leslie Nielsen. The office copy boy who did deliveries for the company was Linwood Boomer, who later gained fame as the creator of the TV show Malcolm in the Middle. Mark Harmon and Lydia Cornell both had the same godparent, Gail Patrick Jackson, producer of The Perry Mason Show. Acting career. Cornell's first screen appearance was as Lydia Cornell in a walk-on as a girl in a car in the 1979 film Steel, produced by and starring Lee Majors. Her first professional speaking part was 2 lines in an episode of The Love Boat. In the summer of 1980, Cornell spent 9 weeks filming in the Greek Isles for her appearance the mythological horror film Blood Tide, which featured Oscar winners James Earl Jones, Jose Ferrer and Lila Cordova and was produced by Nico Masterakis and Donald Langdon. It was not released until 1982. Cornell's first major role was as Sarah Rush, a ditzy big-breasted blonde, on the ABC television situation comedy Too Close for Comfort, which screened from November 11, 1980 to 1986. In 1982, at the height of this show's popularity, Cornell was described by sexologist Robert T. Franke as providing a modern example of classic female stereotypes in the mold of Marilyn Monroe and Jane Mansfield. Cornell has also appeared on numerous television programs over the years, including The Love Boat, Charlie's Angels, Curb Your Enthusiasm, The Drew Carey Show, the pilot episode of Quantum Leap, Full House, Knight Rider, The Dukes of Hazzard, The A-Team, T.J. Hooker, Simon & Simon, Hunter, Hardball, Black Scorpion, Hotel, Fantasy Island, Battle of the Network Stars, Super Password, TV's Bloopers and Practical Jokes, and Dick Clark's New Year's Rockin' Eve as co-host with Anson Williams. In 1982, As part of a USO tour, Cornell went to Beirut, Lebanon to visit American troops in the multinational peacekeeping force on Christmas Eve. Soon after their departure from Beirut, over 250 Marines of the 24th MAU were killed there in one of the first suicide bombings. When she returned, she appeared on ABC's Good Morning America. In 1989, Cornell provided the voice for Honey, the 16-year-old daughter of Ha Gar the Horrible, in the 1989 CBS television special Ha Gar the Horrible, Hagar Knows Best. In 1999, Cornell was a Best Actress nominee at Method Fest, which honors outstanding acting performances, for her leading role in the AFI indie Miss Supreme Queen. Fellow nominees included Tippi Hedren and Sully Kirkland. In 2005, she wrote, produced and starred in Venus Conspiracy, co-starring with Deborah Van Valkenburg, who played her sister Jackie on Too Close for Comfort. In the spring of 2010, she appeared in the Kelsey Grammer Bill Zucker Comedy Hour, a series of improvisational vignettes. On December 4, 2010, Cornell hosted the live stream for Variety's Power of Comedy event at the Nokia Center, honoring Russell Brand, and benefiting the Noreen Fraser Foundation. In 2011, she appeared in the feature film Cats Dancing on Jupiter. Upcoming films listed in IMDb include Thug in Love, Way of the Urban Soul, and The Awesome Adventures of Frankie Stargazer. Literary and journalistic career. Cornell's self-titled blog was a 2006 and 2005 Koufax Award double nominee for Best Writing, and has been called a consistently thought-provoking firecracker of pointed socio-political commentary and observant, caustic wit. John Conley, a Marine combat vet, sent her his Purple Heart for her courage in standing up to Ann Coulter's extermination speak, and about the war in Iraq. Cornell's articles have appeared in the Huffington Post. Editor and publisher. The Lone Star Iconoclast. CNN. Crooks and Liars. Sitcoms Online. Retroality. Good Housekeeping. TV Guide. Femme Fatales. Macon Area Online. And several newspapers across the nation. Her December 2005 article Death is Sexier Than Sex. To Ann Coulter caused an uproar when Coulter published Cornell's home phone number and private email on the front page of her website, anncoulter.com. Subsequently, Cornell received death threats and hate mail, but also hundreds of letters and calls in support of her statements. The story was subsequently picked up by MSNBC's Keith Olbermann. Editor and publisher, Huffington Post, Crooks and Liars, Cannon Fire, and numerous online news sources. Comedy and live performances. Cornell is a humorist and comedienne, and performs stand-up comedy with Destiny. The duo did 14 shows at the Riviera Las Vegas in June 2006. In November, they opened for Paul Rodriguez at Picanga, and for the Amazing Jonathan at the Sahara in Las Vegas. Cornell recently starred in an original comedy show in Hollywood with Destiny and Stephanie Hodge titled Pain is Inevitable, Sex Optional. It is an ongoing comedy about marriage, sex, men, love, death and politics as told by three women. Since 2007, Cornell has been the co-host on Basham Radio with Doug Basham. References. External links. Official website, Lydia Cornell at the Internet Movie Database, interviews, interview with Lydia Cornell on the podcast The Future and You, Retro Crush Lydia Cornell interview, Lydia's first interview on The Doug Basham Show, Lydia's second interview on The Doug Basham Show, Sitcoms Online Lydia Cornell interview October 29, 2008. El Paso actress success not too close for comfort Frederick, Oklahoma Daily Leader, August 15, 1982, Retroality TV Lydia Cornell cover story November 2008.